Guys, welcome. It's me, Galtic. So, in today's video, where I'm standing, I thought I'll talk about something that has been eating away at me for a long time. That I actually want to talk about a long time, but I couldn't find the perfect type of videos to do it. But today I got the perfect idea. What if I did video essays? So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So as the first video, I thought it'd be perfect to talk about the renaissance of rom-coms.
サブスクライブフォーも IPIC コンテンツ
For first, something to have a renaissance, something must would have happened, right? Like something interest would have fallen off. Like you can take Minecraft for example. It had its renaissance during 2018 with the update to the Nether. So, what did actually was peak periods of rom-com, and what actually happened, and why is it renaissance period now? So back in the early 2000s and the 2000s, the point is 2010, that decade where the great Galtic was born, we saw one of the greatest storylines ever to exist come out in the manga form, not anime. So we had Kaichou made some manga come out, we have Aho write manga come out, we had the big three actually came out at the time. But in the rom-com genre, we have had the best shoujo mangas in existence. So if you do not know, rom-coms, especially rom-com slice of lives, rom-coms can be divided into two parts. We have the shoujo and shonen. So shoujo literally translates to small girl or little girl, and shonen little boys. So I think you can clearly distinguish any story with given. For example, Kaichou Maid-sama is a shoujo manga, whereas Kaguya-sama is a shonen. So, but some stories are tough to differentiate. We have Urimiya, which even though it looks like a shoujo manga, is classified as a shonen, and we have the other world of anime movies, which cannot be classified. So what I'm talking about is the greatest shoujo mangas ever to exist actually came out in that period. We had the lovely complex anime came out at the time. We had the Fruit Baskets 2006 version came out in 2006. So we had a great and wonderful listings at the time, and animes did a really good time adapting. But I think I talked about this already. Rom-coms have a weird problem of stopping with season 1. Their stories will not get completed, the characters will not get any closure, but they'll just complete the anime because they're profits. But that's why I actually recommend and encourage anybody who's into rom-coms in anime, read the manga. Because manga is perfect. Anime studios actually cut a lot of chapters in order to make it quick and to make it 12 episodic. And I'm not blaming them. Yes, of course, you have to make it appeal to the masses, but there are some chapters which cannot be excluded, and the studios don't care about that. For example, in Isekoi, especially in season 2, man, that was a disaster. We had one of the greatest arcs in Isekoi manga, the story arc where so Nezuko's main character Raku actually lost his memory due to some accident. Forgot who Chitoge was. So Chitoge was completely heartbroken, and he actually remembered only Onodara, and Chitoge was actually helping him with Onodara. Then he got his memory back and everything resumed to normal. But anime studios, the studio that animated, I don't know the studio, but the people who animated it completely ignored the old arc and just managed to stick on to the funny bits. So they changed a rom-com drama story into a freaking comedy story, and I don't like it. Like, of course I would not like it. I like Nezuko. Nezuko is in one of my all-time favorite stories, and I still, if I ever read any RM manga, I closely relate it to Nezuko. So we had a couple of cuckoos, we have Koito, so all those mangas I always related to Nezuko. So they were at this peak during the 2000s and 2010. But then came the worst decade for rom-coms. We had the 2010s, 2020s. So I know we have Urimiya, we had Bunny Girl Senpai, and we had Kaguya-sama. All three the most successful rom-com animes ever to exist. But so let's take Kaguya-sama for example. Kaguya-sama classifies itself a psychological drama and a shonen anime. It has romance and comedy, and its major selling point is the romance aspect, but it's a shonen romance, and I'm all for it. I like Kaguya-sama. I talked about Kaguya-sama's manga, and to be honest, gotta give props to the studio that animated it. They did not completely exclude a lot of chapters from the manga, and they kept all the integral parts very close to the manga, which I love. Then We have Orimiya, no worries about Orimiya, no complaints about Orimiya. Orimiya is one of the best series ever. And even though I consider it a shoujo manga, it's considered a shonen, so I don't know. Then we have Bunny Girl Senpai. I don't think I need to talk about Bunny Girl Senpai here, okay? I love that series, man. Other than these three, we had some series like Rent a Girlfriend. They just lost their touch. I did not rant about Rent a Girlfriend's manga because I felt it would be completely, well, beating the dead bush. But it had to be said. Rent a Girlfriend manga is going on a worse tangent. No, they are picking up their pace back right now. The latest 6 chapters are nice. But manga started to ride on the anime's popularity, and they kept on going with the same idiotic storylines again and again and again. We saw the stories on always. Like, what made Rent a Girlfriend different from other rom-com mangas was the fact that the MC actually understood that he was in love with her very quickly compared to other MCs, and the female character was completely aloof, completely not wanting to get with him, not to the point of hating him, but not wanting to get with him. And that was a major selling point with Renting a Girlfriend being the major selling point, of course. But they completely stayed away from the part and decided to stick on to the major overly done tropes and cliches, which, well, it became boring to me. Then we have, I don't know, I actually did not want to talk about this because it is one of my favorite series, but they made the decision. A series called Tonikaku Kawaii, or if you don't know the full name, it can also be called as Tonikawa. It was one of the greatest wholesome shoujo mangas ever. Like, it was perfectly alright. But then, okay, there was some mysterious aspect to her character, and they could have just completely ignored that part because, well, it's a shoujo manga, you don't need to explain any backstories. They decided to take it into a shonen path. I don't mean rom-com shonen, but a proper shonen in which there is mystery, there's action, there's drama, and completely just ignore the romance part. And I stopped reading the manga because I did not feel it to be worth it to read. For me, the ending actually stopped. Even the author who wrote the story recognizes this and says, for people that like romance, who like the stories for romance, please stop reading from now on. The story's not going to get any romance. So it became a staple for the fact that many people did not want to see rom-coms that strayed to their stories, that tried new things. And they completely ignored the tropes that actually made them famous, like in the case of Rent a Girlfriend. So, but back in 2021, we saw the renaissance. Okay. I'm finally coming back to the title of the video after 8.5 minutes. Actually, I like to call the big four of rom-com series: Nagatoro-san, Uzaki-chan, Komi Cannot Communicate, and Dress Up Darling. So these four series, I like to consider them to be the big four, current big four of rom-com, as a perfectly new competitors into this already rehashed cliché world of rom-com. So all four of the series try something new. We have Komi Cannot Communicate trying the new trope of a character who cannot speak, the main character who cannot speak. We have Uzaki-chan basically making everything better because it may seem Nagatoro-san and Uzaki-chan are the same, but Nagatoro-san happens in high school and they take the high school cliches and break it down. Then we have these series, Uzaki-chan happening in college and take the college tropes and break it down. Then I don't think I need to talk about Dress Up Darling. It's a cosplay anime. It's completely different. It's completely new, and that's why I like it. And that's why Spy X Family is actually famous. It takes two different aspects, that is slice of life and action, and puts them together to get a beautiful fusion which new people, the viewers that want to see new things, actually love. I don't want to see again and again the same aspects, same stories. I want to see new things. So that's why I like these four, and that's why I believe rom-coms are actually in the Renaissance period. With new series like More Than a Married Couple, Less Than Lovers, getting an anime adaptation, and we have a couple of cuckoos. So with these new series getting their own anime adaptation, and with them staying true to their original stories and trying new things for a change instead of sticking to some high school cliches, I believe rom-coms are gonna get very popular again, and I would love to see many new people get to know about rom-com through my channel, or get to know about rom-com and start reading rom-com mangas. And if you want to read any new rom-com mangas or rom-com mangas in general, okay, I'll put my MAL list below, and I have actually put some. I think I have to update it, but I'll update it and put a link to it below. You can check it out. It's fun. I don't post often there. I just update it like every 3 months. So check it out. It's fun. So thanks for watching this. I call it a video essay. I don't know what you will call it. Then stay tuned for my next month's video where it's gonna be the Galtic Rewind Part 2. So bye.